What? Well, it's accurate, isn't it? Oh no,
Why am I
here's
not
me.
here? Oh, there we go.
I've got it all together, but I forgot where I put it. What just happened?
I don't know. It was weird.
Are we live?
We are.
Yeah, like. Well, what?
See,
We
there's
got somebody
Grant.
comes in.
Hello.
We're live.
We're live.
Francis! Alive, alive, alive. I gotta close my door, close my door, close my door.
And there's Adria.
So what's up there in the other room? Adria!
Nothing. We're just hanging out here, you know.
Is it better than what's going on in here?
Well, I'm not in an argument with my glue. I had that argument earlier.
The glue clearly won.
I had that argument earlier.
Get loose glue?
No, all of a sudden the label on my glue just started peeling off, and then I get it off and it's all sticky. So then I wrapped a piece of book tape around it, and then the book tape didn't want to stick.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have rubber bands on it.
So now you have rubber bands. I believe the glue has won that battle. Hey, Kitty Jen. Maury!
Okay, there we are.
Hi.
It feels so weird. I don't have a project on my desk.
Oh, there we go. That's perfect. That's okay. I got enough project for both of us, and it's everywhere.
Okay. Okay.
She had to run screaming from my room just a minute ago. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got some lag because I can hear you talk in the other room, and it doesn't start here for at least 20 seconds.
Yep. There, I've re-inked an ink pad. Oh, there he is.
Now I don't appear to be here.
You're here. What is it? Like the minute I go live, 20,000 people are like binging my chats.
I am here because I have a circling doom thing. Oh, no, you have a circling doom thing.
I don't have a circling doom. Mine looks good.
Okay. Take number. I'll be back.
Okay. Steffi's in the house. Hello, Jen. Oh, I'm all by myself. All by myself. Hello, kitty. See if the Amy comes back anytime soon. I don't think the Amy's coming back. Look, we all know that you're just here for the treats. You're not fooling anybody. Yes, there's the putty cat. He's just here for the Auntie Carla treats. And there, we can all watch him get fatter. I'm afraid to reach in there and try to grab one of those treats. He'll bite me. Aww. Okay, all done? Now get down. Did you eat them all? You little porker? Ooh, I think the Amy's back.
I'm here.
There she is.
All
Well,
right.
that's just the front. He's just your standard everyday stripy kitty in the front. Back end of him, yeah, there it goes. The back end of him is Bengal. He's literally half and half. He's so weird. Okay.
Carla has to return to the 4-letter word in the morning.
I know. That sucketh.
Francis was at the 4-letter word today.
Oh, I don't like the 4-letter word. That's why I retired.
I didn't retire. I did nothing fancy about the whole thing. All right, so should I tell them what I'm doing tonight? Because it's not going to be serial killer.
Yes.
All right. This whole Scraps of Joy thing has momentarily taken over my whole life. It is. Could you put me up on the screen for a second so they can get more of the effect?
Oh, absolutely.
Just for a second. We don't need to live there. Okay. I'm going to take the camera down for a second just so you can see the shenanigans. Hold on to your barf bags, ladies. There's some stuff over here. There's some stuff over here. There's some stuff over there.
Turn around. Show them what's behind you.
I have to pull the cord out a little bit. Hold on. Otherwise, I'm going to knock over all the shenanigans that are over here. Nobody wants that. Hey, look. There's everybody. There's some stuff. And this is all for the same thing now. And there's some stuff behind that stuff that you can't see because I can't hold the camera high enough. And let me put you guys.
I want you all to know that just a few short hours ago, she was actually laying on that bed.
This is true. And I slept all night. Well, not all night. Just from by the way, Buggy was up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Along with me. Unrelated being awake incidents.
Okay.
He was poking his phone. I was desperately trying to finish some stuff. So, this is the book we started working on for Scraps of Joy. And I know there haven't been any videos on Patreon. You know what? I just can't live with this. Hold on. It's driving me banana balls. So I'm just going to put a little glue stick right there and hope that just kind of stays there. What?
Nothing.
Adria, holy shit. Hey.
What?
I'm the only one with the messy craft space?
Yeah.
I know there have not been any videos on Patreon for this week. I think for 7 days. Oh no, that's a movie. Was that the ring? You're going to die in 7 days.
Yeah.
But I finished this book, so there'll be a flip through coming. And what happened was I got to the end of the book on, let's see, it was this day. This was the last one in here. And I thought, well, I'll just flip through and I'll add a few things and craft stuff everywhere. I was digging. I have like 4 different size containers of stuff for scraps of joy. So this one is done. And this is done up to yesterday. I just put in the words right now. You guys were watching me while I was screwing around with stuff. This is the last day. So I think there are 4 days in here. And I chose the easy way out. Hey, Carla, always taking the hit. Nah, my craft space is scarier. So I chose the lazy way out. I picked big pictures that fit the page and put a saying with them because I was still working on sale stuff. And, oh, so the other one must be. So this one says, listen, before I had my coffee, I didn't know how awesome I was going to be today either. And I chose a Las Vegas showgirl. And this was from the 16th. This one is in honor of Elz. It's this girl. She's got a little attitude going, I'm not childish. You're just a big duty head.
Duty head.
This is from day before yesterday. I
got a box.
What?
I got a box.
I'll be done in a second. Then you can tell them all about your box conquer. She conquered that box and the mic. And then I love this lady with her laugh and her dagger fingernails that I feel like she's going to murder somebody with. She says, I do this thing called what I want. And then the last one, I picked this little old lady out of the Hong Kong book with the umbrella hat thing. Where's the unsubscribe button on adulthood?
So basically, you're making the story of my life.
Well, that was a long way of getting around to what I'm going to do tonight. This is one of those. I made a whole bunch of these. And also a way to introduce the fact that I'm going to do the 100-day challenge to make me finish something. So it's technically not a new project, so don't panic, Elz. So I've been making these in all different sizes. They're the ugly glue books. Or you could write in them, although some of the paper is too dark. But we all know the workaround for that. All right. So this is one of those. This is a shorty one. This one is... Oh, look, I know where a ruler is. Everybody run. I think this is a 6x6. It is. Look at me. But when I put these together, like I tea-dyed the front piece so that it wouldn't be just blank, but glue book. So it's got, some of these are going to have those barcodes and other stuff, but mostly it's just white inside. So normally what I do is I work front to back. I go day, one in the front, one in the back, one in the front, one in the back, till you get to the middle, and then I do a big one. But I hate the white space. So what I'm going to do tonight while we're just... Oh my, glad those are nails. I was thinking it was Monday snot. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? No, she's got those dragons, and there's like rings around them. I don't know what's going on there. But I loved her laugh, So tonight, while we're working here, I'm going to glue stuff and decoupage stuff on the white sides. And we'll consider that today's collage. And then things will be back to normal-ish tomorrow. As normal as they get around me. And I have some Facetini stuff that I'm going to be posting. Normally I do Facetini on Monday, but it's not happening. So we're going to do my Facetini. We're going to move it to Wednesday. Mondo. Oh, okay. Mondo. I'm like, I don't know what Monday boogers are. What's happening in your world, Carla?
Oh.
I thought maybe that was the day boogers happened for you.
I got a box.
So she wants to tell you about her box. So that's what's happening here. So you'll just see me gluing and decoupaging and sticking stuff to other stuff. And Elz is going to tell you about how she conquered that box and maybe even give us a clue as to what she's going to do with it.
It was
I'm
a
gonna
box.
I'm going to dig into this pile of stuff.
Mike got this box. There was things in it. And then
There
I
are
saw the
things in
box and he took the stuff out of it. So I took the box.
He was dismayed by the taking of the box, by the way.
Yes, he was. He gave me a look. He was like, you took my box. And so I tried to give it back, but he said, no Indian gibbies. Can't give it back. So now it's stuck on me.
Yeah, like that tag last night. I will have you know she tried to shove something down my shirt last night.
You know what?
What?
Woman, I don't show this, but I'm going to show you because look, there it is.
What's on the edge? Washi tape?
No. Tissue paper.
Oh. What are we friends for? What? What are friends for? Shoving shit down your shirt, apparently.
Yeah.
I was not aware of this.
Your mom's on her way.
Ooh, does
No,
that mean
let
you
me-
clean up
let
the
me-
living room?
Let me explain how this happened.
Okay.
1 second. Boy, I said, your mom's on her way. Get the shit cleaned up. Okay, so it went like
Did he
this.
eat all the Oreos?
Maybe.
I just
So-
wanted to know if he did it.
I have this die that cuts out these
Wide specimen tags.
slides and specimen
Doodads.
tags kind of thing. Doodads. And it cuts out this one square. Well, I always have piles of them, and Amy gets mad at me when I throw them away. So I put them all in a bag. The last like 20 times I've had to cut these things. I put them all in a bag and I gave them to Amy. Well, somehow they made it into one of her die vats. So we were out in the garage last
Because I found this bag of stuff and I thought, I don't know where these tags came from, and I dumped them right into the pot. That's what happened.
So
That's too far.
So we were out in the garage last night looking for a specific kind of file folder because I want a file folder that opens like this and not like this. And
These are our conversations. I want one of these and not one of those.
and
Well,
I said,
let's go look
"Oh,
in the
look
garage.
at
I have
those."
some things.
I said, "Oh, look at those." And she goes, "Yeah, it's a bag. They're tags." I said, "No, they're not." She goes, "Yes, they are." I said, "No, they're not. They're insides from my slide cuts." And she goes, "What?" And I said,
Well, no.
"Yes." So I brought her.
Nobody tell Yesenia because I put it in the January pack.
So I have one in my hand. And I said, "Look, I'll show you." And I brought it into the house. And she goes, "That's it. It's yours now. You have to keep it. You brought it in."
Well, I said that when she was coming out the door. Once you exit the garage with that, you have to keep it. No takesy backsies. Because I must have like 100 of them. And that's our world right here. All adults all the time. Mm-hmm.
Where? Oh, me. That's right. The only one.
Hey, I'm an adult half the time. You said.
She's an adult when we're out in public
That's right.
because you're not there to keep me. She's the outside adult
I don't
She's
have to
not-
be an adult here.
because you're not there to make me behave.
And I have finally learned to say no to her, and sometimes she listens. Because I say the word paperwork and it deflates whatever she was trying to do.
You know what the story is behind these pipes? That was one I came up in. Okay. Right.
Actually, I only listen to her because she's learned the secret words.
I'm going to call Alex. Not I'm going to call Mike. I have to call Mike to get Alex's number, but I'm calling her.
I did not realize how nasty dirty this thing is.
What, your glass, whatever, doodah?
My cutting mat.
Hey. Carla says, Buggy!
Buggy! Yes? Say hi to Carla. Hi.
Gotta give the Carla some loving. Monday snot's gonna stick with me for a while, Carla. I know that's not what you meant to say, but that's funny. Now when Elz asks me how I'm on Mondays, I'm gonna go, ugh, Monday snot.
This is so gross. Even the white sponge isn't doing it.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
They're gonna watch me glue stuff to other stuff, and you're gonna clean your desk. Ooh, scintillating entertainment. I know why they come here on the Mondays. We got it going on.
Look, we're going to get to dead things soon.
Are we?
Yeah.
I need a little dab of paint. Hey, look, paint. What? I feel like you're judging me in the other room.
Always.
I knew it.
Now I'm just scraping the glue off.
Oh my God. Have you ever watched me clean my scoreboard? Jesus. What a clusterfuck. I mean, what a
mess.
What a mess. No, I do collages. So here, I'll do a flip real quick of a couple pages of this. This is this is for this round, because this is like round 3 of Scraps of Joy. And then I will tell you about my 100-day project, because that started yesterday. And I'll have to go get the one I finished for yesterday. So I go through and I make collages. Now, Steffi G may notice that some of these are not the same as they were because I have added things in. So I do one a day. Like, you know, you can see we did in here. We did on here. We did over there. But normally it's made out of colored paper, both sides. I'm just going through. Today's collage is me covering up white space with paint and paper and images and stuff.
So it's just a regular day.
Only paintier.
Only paintier.
And gluier.
And painty paper day.
Well, it's not paintier than jelly print day, but it's paintier than your average day. Why are you so judgy?
All right.
I feel the judgy.
That's a little cleaner.
Does that help make any sense at all?
It's a little cleaner. Look at how nasty this is. It's nasty.
What am I looking at? I can't
my
see
desk, like right here. It's just nasty.
Well, that's the spot where you glue when you know.
I know.
So I put this blue piece of paper on here. Now I'm just covering up the corners with some pink paint because I can. If you leave me alone with a bunch of craft stuff, this is what. Oh no! There's paint dribbling everywhere. The paint is loose. The paint is loose. Not as loose as this. Not as loose as that day where it splooshed on the ball.
Well, that wasn't loose. That was free flying.
The paint dauber incident.
No.
Mike has banned Tim Holtz bingo daubers from my room. He didn't, but he should. Okay. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's a nice man, but we're supposed to say he's a jerk. Because he doesn't want to, lose his street cred.
Right. All right.
And the reason this is going to take all night is because stuff has to dry. But I have lots of fun photos and
I
stuff.
feel like I should go in there and give her like a
what?
giant spatula that she can like stick that down with.
You want incredibly loose amounts of paint loose in my room right now? It's just a dribble here and there.
No,
I didn't think so.
we're good.
Are ya?
Yeah, we're good.
Are ya?
Yeah.
So
Ooh, I
basically,
could
I'm
make
putting.
a pocket letter.
Oh, does anybody want to hear about my 100-day project idea?
Yes, tell
You're
us.
gonna make a pocket letter? What
can
kind of
make a
pocket letter? Tell us the theme.
I don't know. Although I do have to say this, somebody recently posted a pocket letter for me to do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you effing kidding me?
No. I was like, ah.
And you cannot get away from Alice in Wonderland. Janie! I heard Janie had a sale and it was made of awesome. I didn't get a notification, which I'm very bummed about. But I heard it was extra awesome because it was Janie's. Ooh, that's upside down.
I could think a little more about this.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that's what started that whole tag shenanigans.
Yep.
You could do a pocket letter. Those are always interesting to see how they come out.
Well, the only ones I have right now is cute and furry.
Oh, please do that on camera.
Oh God, no, I don't want to do cute and furry.
Oh, yes, you do. And we want to watch you do it. We want to watch it in excruciating detail.
Oh, I could do tea time.
Tea time?
Yeah, that's another one.
Aw, I like cute and furry better. It's more painful for you. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
You did.
Maury didn't get a notification either. I wonder what's up with that. Darn YouTube.
Huh.
I did not. I am being genuine. I'm not just saying that because I didn't want to go.
Okay.
Because I would love to see what Janie had for sale. I'm sure they were good goodies. Excellent goodies. Spectacular
I'm sure
goodies.
what I saw was fantastic goodies.
I bet there were a few spectacular ones. What am I doing?
No idea.
Me either, and I'm not on camera. I got to push back some stuff. Do you recognize this journal, Elz? Look at the back cover.
No.
I did this for your journal challenge. This is one of those single signature journals.
Oh, cool.
Look at it now.
Now it looks like your stuff.
This is that napkin we decoupaged. That's weird.
Alice in Wonderland.
I wonder if I've gotten unsubscribed to Janie. I wonder if YouTube did one of its things, you know, the things it does, where it tells you you're not a thing anymore, even though you were always a thing. Stupid YouTube. I mean, awesome, wonderful YouTube. So we had El Pollo Loco for dinner. Are you guys jealous? It was delicious. What did you guys have for din-dins or other meals? Tell us about your food-related adventures. If you would, please.
Hold on, I'm going to tell you the thing.
The thing?
So, okay, so yeah. Remember I told you about the black and white pocket letter, people pocket letter?
Yes.
Okay, so my answer was, why not? I have a bunch of people I'd like to get rid of.
Right, I remember you saying that.
2 only.
You only got rid of 2?
No, I got rid of a lot of people. Just 2 pocket letters. Hey, Alex is here.
Oh, hi, Alex.
No, she's not here. The thing went off.
Oh, she's around the corner.
Yeah. So I have
Now-
two pocket letters. That
Now
are
I
people's.
feel stupid. I said
Okay.
hello to somebody who's not even in the house. I was like, I didn't even hear the dogs bark. Okay, so now we have a jellyfish page to work with. That should be fun.
Hello, Sherry.
Sherry, how you doing? I had a Jason's Deli salad bar for lunch. Oh, salmon and asparagus. Jelly. Hubby barbecue on his pit, barbecue on my instead of going out for anniversary dinner. But barbecue is magnificent.
I know, right?
Michelle. So that's kind of a win-win because I'm not an outside person. So for me, like barbecuing in, like at your own house, that's the bomb. It's one of the reasons we keep Mike around. He does the barbecue. Elz does the barbecue too sometimes. Okay, so we have a jellyfish page, and then I put this blue stuff on one page. Moving on. But we got to go to the back now and do a couple because, you know, you got to work.
They each use their own pit. So yeah, so I did two
barbecue pits. How about that?
I did two black and white people ones.
Uh-huh. Ooh, I like that.
One
We're
of these,
doing that. What?
one of these is actually going to a lady who lives right down the street from me.
Oh, you were telling me over by where we hate stuff.
Yeah.
Not her specifically, but be a little rude to just hate on somebody you don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it before. What, you like football? I hate you. In my defense, he was kind of a jackass.
Okay.
I have to find an ink pad that I like.
Pen.
Hey, this one's called an ink dot. I like his and hers pits. That's awesome.
Oh. 3-5.
Oh, I suppose we should tear this a little bit. Michelle says, are you going to make copies of those cards from that game, Elz?
Oh, I don't know. Probably, maybe. I
What
might.
game? What are we talking about?
Faces.
Huh?
The faces.
Okay. Oh, I want her to give them to me so I can use them. I'm not having any luck with that. I wonder why. Okay, now I'm going to crinkle this up. Now
right.
Alex is here.
All right. So 2 Alice in Wonderland pocket letters.
That might have been too far.
My mini-me is here.
Okay, so, did I say what my 100-day project was?
No, we're still waiting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. So we all know I have a bunch of journals to make. Like a bunch. And I have a bunch in progress that haven't been sewn and stuff. Ooh, I'm making a mess. So I'm I'm going to set the goal, and I may not get there, and I don't care if I actually
I
get
put on my
there.
phone, that's why I didn't alert you.
It did tell me.
I told you, I don't have my phone. Like legit.
Ozzy, go lay down.
I don't have my phone
Oh,
on me.
good. I'm glad you got your. Michelle, I forgot to bill you for that orange paper, and I did not include it in your pack. Do you still want it?
Turned on his phone or something.
Hi, honey.
He probably just turned on his
I made a mess.
So those are what I have made right now.
So wait, I gotta show you guys.
Just chocolate.
You can sew a liner into them. I haven't made it that far.
So these are from my daughter. Look at this is these little dragon bags.
Oh, how cute.
Aren't they adorable?
That is awesome. Nice work.
So she's
She does
that
good
one.
things, though. She has talent.
So there's that one, and then there's this one. This is pretty.
Ooh. Blues and greens.
And yeah, and then there's this one. It's like purple, blue, and then it goes all the way up to light green. Then there's this one.
I like them all. They're gorgeous.
And I mean, they're technically for Dungeons and Dragons dice. They're dice bags,
Yeah.
but they could be used for anything.
I used to be a guild bag. Oh, this one here, I just wanted to see if either you or Amy would be interested in having it because my house is sitting in my closet. It's a
Maury, give me just a minute.
it's just a
Oh, the shoulder shawl.
just like a shawl jacket.
Do I have to come out there to see whatever this is?
No. And then she made this.
Oh.
It's a shawl, like it's like a jacket, like a sweater.
Yeah.
It's sleeveless.
It's whatless.
Sleeveless.
Okay. I love the colors.
Yeah, so she makes these things. She crochets them. And
Michelle is over
then
here going, does she sell those bags?
yeah, actually I'm gonna put them in my shop. How much you want for the bags, baby?
25.
$25 for the bags. Let me write this down so I remember. 25. So I'm doing 25 for the bags in the shop. And what do you want? What do you want for this in the shop?
I paid 75 just to make it. I paid 75 to make it.
So what do you want?
Honestly, 75 is fine. It's
And then
collecting dust in my house.
okay, so then I have to use a different piece of paper. Okay, that's for the bags.
If I can just get it. My
And then this one I'm gonna put in my shop at $75 for the sweater.
$75 bag. So I have this stuff.
So I'm gonna put these things are going in my
with a
shop.
little rib around the edge of it. Except do a cuff on the sleeve.
I wanted to use this.
So yes,
That
she
looks
does
good.
sell them, but right now she's selling them through me.
She's all kinds of excited. She got brushes today. Oh yeah. She got
So I have to get those photographed and put them in my shop.
Els, will the shop price be higher than 25 to make sure that she gets her 25 and not taken away by fees?
No, the 25 is
25, she counted that
what I was listing.
Okay.
to cover them.
I was listing that
Curious.
the bag in them. I was selling them for 35 because I had a couple of them that had
You put the
I
fabric
put
bags in.
fabrics inside of them, and those I was selling for 35. Because Muslim apparently is not expensive.
Yep.
I was like, what is this garbage? $9 for a yard of Muslim.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's got
That was like $2-3 a yard.
nope, got redonkulous.
$9 for what?
Muslin.
Muslin. Like the cheapest muslin.
Oh, that's not good news for me. I use muslin all the time. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, I got you.
I can manage my expectations.
Like I said, cheap muslin was still like $5-6 a yard. I was like, good gravy.
Ah, I remember the good old days.
You were pulling alive, so
Yeah, they're doing Murder Monday.
got that.
Els, do you need to take a break?
8, 9, 10. I'm going to in a minute.
Okay.
I also do custom colors.
Yes. She does
So
customs.
For Granny Evans to respond if you have a family of D&D players. I did one with Pride Colors a couple of months ago.
That's Michelle.
I don't know. I'm just answering. And being nice.
Okay. Get out of here with that nice bullshit.
Whoa.
What kind of crowd for nice? It ain't that.
It's Murder Monday. These people know what it's all about.
These colors.
Right?
I did one a few months prior to that. It was lipstick lesbian colors.
Okay. Hi, baby.
Hey.
How are you?
Jen, we do that after the midpoint. We don't ever start out with that. The first part is just for chatting and talking about food and
You're still pretty girl.
various things.
Figuring out life.
Okay.
But she'll go out and take a break, and then she'll come back. And sometime after that, a little bit after that, then she'll get into the story.
I
Haven't
know
missed
this for me.
anything.
I was saying, you
I
know.
worked 3 days last
It's
week.
just not time yet.
Richard worked 4 days. And granted, he got 10 hours on all 4 of those days, but most of his work was on the ass. Waiting for his truck to get loaded.
Okay. All right, we have a start.
He was supposed to
Yay, you start. To what?
his birthday and
A
Pocket
pocket
letter.
letter.
on the vacation.
Which one did you
Itself?
decide on?
He got canceled.
Which pocket letter are you working on?
Alice in Wonderland.
You cheater.
Chelsea's moving out mid-March.
Yeah, why is Chelsea moving out?
She wants to go back home, which it's fine. She got clean. She's gotten sober, and Vegas is not a clean and sober city to live in.
Nope.
Not unless you were already clean and sober when you played the game.
I missed one.
So I'm going to open up this brand new Bo Bunny.
What does that have to do with Alice in Wonderland?
Bo Bunny has an Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I don't know why it's been sitting there for like 3 weeks, if not longer.
For like the first 6 sips. Like you get the first 6 pumps of it. And after that, it's like water juice until it's just water. Brittany has one and she loves it.
Okay.
Will got one too. and
Oh, that's why, because that one's got
we
double
tried
sided.
it clearly for like the first like 6-7 streaks of it. It's great. It's like the first 2 were really strong. That 4 to 6 were like optimal. And then he's like, and then it just kind of got diluted from there. He's like, for how expensive the little inserts are,
Okay, I will. Mari, I have not invoiced you yet.
I'll insert.
Um,
And it's
I
like,
sent you a list of leftovers.
you're supposed to get,
And I was waiting to hear if you wanted anything or not before I sent out the invoice.
I would want more, but yeah.
'Cause I think you had requested that. Hopefully I got the right person. Otherwise, I'm just being rude. I'm sorry.
put water down there, or if it's more evenly distributed.
Yeah.
But he's like, you get a 4-pack, and it's $8 for the 4-pack, and you only get half of one good full bottle. Like the second bottle was literally almost all just
Carla, we rarely have cotton sheets here or anything that's not synthetic in our thrift stores.
like
It's actually hard to find
water,
Yeah.
strawberry lemon water.
Yeah.
sheets that are not synthetic.
You know, the stuff you gotta really search for the flavor.
Yeah. So like I'll do like during the summer months, I'll throw lemon and mint in my water jug
Mhm.
and let it sit overnight, and during the day it's just perfect.
Yeah.
Set up, and it keeps me drinking because it is lemon. So I'm producing my electrolytes. What
And your vitamin C and all that other fun shit.
what I don't like is the aspartame that comes with the water.
I'll let you know when Alice goes out for her break. I'll talk about that. Okay? Just give me a minute.
Tell him now.
No.
Well, I want to know what it is.
Every time I've talked about it, you've interrupted me. I will wait till you're gone on a break.
I'm sorry.
Well, you have important things to say. It's not a big deal.
Mom, do you want me to take these and mail them out for you?
No. If you take those and mail them for me, then I can't go amok.
And I have stuff to mail that's not all the way packed.
And Amy's got mail too that's not packed.
She has a reason to muck.
Who does?
No,
It's called thrift stores.
in her brain, she needs a reason to go out and look.
Yes, post office is our Tuesday reason to run out of the house. Whether it makes sense or not, this is what happens.
So I could go and pretend still monitor the kids and get out of state for a couple days. But I teach it. The average out of state for the last year, 2 years now. I'm not.
Okay, that'll work. So I have this pad that Elz gave me from Miss Sparkle and Company. It's food.
One argument.
There's macaroni and cheese. There's 4 of it. There's Oreos, French fries, chips, donuts.
It's taken. I go to this.
So we'll use a few of these.
I'm not even in the state track. And then it's, did she ask you to do this? I don't know. Did she ask you to do this? When I took the board position, then.
Let me pull a few of these to work with. Oh, French fries. I love French fries.
And that's enough on its own.
I'm comfortable with it.
Donuts.
Cronuts?
Just donuts.
Oh.
Yeah.
If it's apple fritters, I'd be super excited.
People don't have me, the crowd, like, we're as agoraphobic as I can be. It is not true. Like,
Okay. What do you think?
she goes to California. You know, Grant went to Disney World.
Elz,
Yeah.
Michelle is saying she would like to buy the orange-ish bag.
Crowd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can she just PayPal you $25, or do you got to calculate the shipping, right?
Yeah.
Well, do non-employees who got to play around.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me put it in a bag.
Okay, she'll get you a total, Michelle. And thank you. Ta-da! Okay, so you guys want to know what my 100-day project is? I have a lot of unfinished and projects that are not like halfway started, but like I've put aside stuff for the project. And so I have these containers. Should I show them my tower of containers, Elz?
Oh, yeah. It's taken me a long time to buy all those.
You mean all the ones you gave me?
Yes.
And by give, I mean loan. Although a few of them are mine. Mine. Okay, I got to take that camera again. Everybody, hold your bark bags. Here's my mess still. Ooh, look at my mess. All right, over here. And do not judge. That tower is largely projects that I have stuff set aside for. Just a couple. All right, I'm going to cover you up and move you back. Plus, I have some bags of projects. I got a cubby full of paper for a project. I have the ugly glue book project. So, for the 100 days project, I've said I'm not going to try and do one every day because some of these, like these ugly glue books, I batch make. So I might finish 10 in one day, after 2 or 3 days of putting stuff together and whatnot. So I set the goal of making 100 journals during the 100-day project. The Leaning Tower of Pisa. Now you guys know way too much about my room. And that should get stuff into my shop, right? And get me set up on some of my personal projects I've been putting off. The other thing that doing this is doing is it's thickening up the pages some.
So if you run the tracking, it tells you where it's at. Where it's at, buddy.
No, it's gone off hands.
So there'll be some videos for that. They'll probably be on the public Patreon.
And this is now the third time both of their jackets.
Okay, Michelle, I send it to you.
Get it? It's way too warm.
Elz is good about that kind of stuff.
Even though they're running today like they did yesterday, there's wrong stuff. Are you looking for belly rubs, ma'am?
Thanks, Michelle.
I feel like this is a trap. I mean, cats do it.
And then you go over to pet them.
And then they attack their
They
cat.
attack
That's why I said it's the trap.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take my break, put Amy on the big screen,
Oh,
and
boy. Because they need to see more of my hot mess.
and then I'll be back because I gotta go talk to my kid. You know, I like her. What can I say?
Ew.
I know.
Too much love fest.
Get over it. Mommy and Daddy still like each other.
Whatever.
And then I'll be back, and then we're gonna talk about today's serial killer, and I have a doozy for you.
Ooh, a doozy. All right, get on with it, lady.
Fine. I'm giving you the whole screen.
Ew. Have
There
fun.
you go.
So you left with me. Sorry. I'm no Elz. And Buggy and Carla says, Buggy, have a great rest of the week. So, what have you guys been up to? It's Monday. I know some of you have someone's going back to work tomorrow. Carla went to work today. Or was it the other way around? Anyway, people are doing stuff. I think I might have turned this the wrong way. Oh, well. That's okay. French fries. Let's do something in the back now. Back here. Just Monday snot. We're never going to live that down. Just Monday snot, man. All right. I need some. Oh, I need these Oreos. That's what I need. We're doing the Oreos. So yeah. So I think it'll be fun, and it'll allow me to, like, I have some books that are all put together but not bound, so I'm going to count that as a journal completed as one of my 100 journals, because it will be completed in the 100 days. You're going back to the 4-letter word tomorrow. Ew. How's everything feeling? Those drugs help at all? This is an ugly glue book. Hold on and I'll show you. It's just a glue book made of ugly stuff. For these purposes, I have a lot of scrapbook paper that we got like in bags from the thrift store. And Elz picks out the stuff that's sellable, you know. And I'm left with, well, I'm not left with, I am offered the opportunity to keep some of that paper, and some of it's donated to charity, to schools, to teachers. She has a couple of teachers she knows, and she offers those up. And some of them do wind up in the trash because some things are just too ugly to allow to live. So I take those, and this is one right here. The paper's not necessarily ugly, but it's hard to match, or it doesn't go with anything else you have, or maybe it's not my style. So let's go through. Like, I love this paper, but when I make journals, that's not really my style. But it's great for glue booking. But you have the white side, you know, and you can solve the white side a lot. I absolutely hate wood grain paper. So I went round robin style with a big ass pile of this. Most of it is paperweight. A little bit of it is cardstock. All the covers are made with the heavier cardstock kind, but it still makes them very flexible. So you can see, it doesn't really go together, and it's not meant to, because we're going to glue over it. We're going to make collages over it. And all of that kind of stuff. So while individual sheets may not appear ugly, some of them are really hard to match with other papers. You have a lot of, make an ugly glue book, woman. You hate wood grain. And some people sent me some ugly paper, you know. For example, I owe Janie a $25 gift card to my store. She won ugly paper like 4 months in a row. Oh, slightly dehydrated. That's not good. But the coughing, yeah, that'll get you. I'm sorry. I am sorry to hear it. Still keeping you in my morning healing work. Will for a while. Those respiratory things, they're hard to get rid of. They really are. So let's put something here. What do we want to do? I brought in a couple of napkins. I just have to figure out what I did with them. So these are ones that I'm in process right now. These will probably be finished later today. I made them in different sizes. Like, this is one of the smaller sizes. This is a 6x6. These ones are, they're all going to be by 6. And the inside papers will be a little bit smaller than that. This is 6 by 8.5. And then, oh, look at that. See, that's a lovely paper, but we didn't have anything that goes with it. Like, I love the teacups paper. And I actually have a little square of 2 of these that I'm going to make into a little mini one. So it's just filled with, like, and I don't like photorealistic paper that much either, except for certain kinds of journals. So, and this one is one of the bigger ones. I didn't make very many of these. 6 by 10.5. Oh, that's upside down. Nope. No, that's right. So I've got a piece of, see, the hearts are in here upside down. I'll have to fix that. So these will be sewn up tonight and they'll be ready. And then I'm going to release a bunch of these into my Ko-Fi shop and to patrons if they want them before they go to my store. And each will come with a little bag of collage goodies. So you could, you know, this is what I'm doing with it. I'm going to make it into, when it's done, it will be a shorty version of this, you know, and every time I look through it, I will be happy. And, you know, because there's all kinds of stuff I love in here that I find amusing, that is just for, you know, uplifting my spirit. When I have problems with depression, I flip through these, and, you know, I have a couple of other things that I do, but the reason I do Scraps of Joy is, to help me remain joyful, to find a little happiness every day. So it's just, you know, so I call them ugly glue books. They're not meant to be pretty, because if you use your prettiest favorite paper in it, you're not going to want to glue stuff over the top of it now, are you? Nope, you're sure not, because why would you want to glue over your favorite? So we put in the ugly papers, and they're fun, and they create good backgrounds, you know, so you don't have to fill the whole page if you don't want to. But I did bring in some napkins that I'm looking for. Now, hold on. Because I wanted to decoupage a couple of napkins in here. I brought in that. And that. Here's some napkins and some tissue paper. And some more tissue papers. Oh, and some sparkly animal print paper. It's hideous. We're going to put that in there too. See, look. Oh, I bought this a while ago. I think I got it from Curly. See? It's so sparkly. Oh, we got to use one of these. Woo, and one of those. My goodness, it'll blow your eyeballs out. So I put things in here that make me happy, you know. Whatever it is in a given day. And I like creepy stuff, and I like Bo Bunny stuff, and I like, you know, different things might appeal to you on different days. So why not have a little fun with it? I just need to cut a little bit off each edge. Two of the, ooh, my stomach is making noises. So yeah, so Scraps with Joy is my, and strictly speaking, I don't always use scraps. Like, I use magazine images and, you know, stuff like that. Whatever you have in your stash is scraps, really, in my opinion. But also I have a big bag of just stuff that's would otherwise be garbage if it weren't in this pile. And my goal is to use it up and have fun with it. I don't keep anything that I think is genuinely hideously ugly unless it's so ugly it's like cute, you know, when that happens. And this is thicker paper, so this is, maybe this is what I'll put on the inside covers to thicken them up a little bit. Oh, we already did one there. We already did one there. Well, never mind. It's just going to go like right here. See? And that can even be cut down just a little bit more. Just a wee bit more. Sometimes it's all liquids count. Tea counts. Even soda counts as long as you're drinking some water to take away the natural. Let me pull up the. Yeah, it reminds me of Lisa Franks. It is Recollections. Printed glitter paper. 10 sheets of hideousness. So why not? Why not use it and have fun? That way, even when I flip through the book, before I've done anything, even the pages give me happiness and joy. And I'll make some ugly glue books out of scraps and leftovers and stuff too, in different sizes besides 6. I'd like to have a few that are wider and a few that are I think I wouldn't go too much smaller than this. You guys have seen the purple one. That's the one I started with. That's about as small as I'd go. And that's from an upcycled booklet of some kind. So, you know, I upcycle as much stuff as I can. Like Elz might take the guts out of something and I'll take the cover and reuse it for something else. I do a lot of that. On paperbacks that I take the guts out of to dye, a lot of times I'll take the cover and turn it into collage substrate. So even stuff like that can be put into like a ring bound journal to do Scraps of Joy in. You don't have to start with something beautiful. You can start with, if you've got leftover chipboard or food packaging, you know, soda boxes, cracker boxes. You can cut those into flat pieces, punch some holes in them, you know, because they're thicker, and even put some, if you were so inclined, you could put some reinforcers or some grommets in there, some eyelets. And turn that into an ugly glue book. So if you have paper you don't use, Michelle, make some ugly glue books. You don't just have to glue things down in them. You can use them as journals. Anything that's too bright, you can use some white paint on. These are thicker, so it's taking them a minute to push down, and I'm getting all gluey. But yeah, so I had just we'll come to back to that one in a minute. Let me let's use this. I just don't want it to stick to the image I've already made, and it's still a little wet on the edges. See, even right there is sticking a little bit, but that's okay because I cover up the edges on a lot of these, and that may be another thing that I do. Yeah, if you have paper, like let's say you wanted to journal on that, but that's very bright and you might have trouble. So you just gesso over the top of that lightly with or maybe even white paint, so it's not too gritty, and then you just write over the top of that, and voila. Oh no, Elz is back. Tease it. Don't stop talking about her.
Have grown accustomed to a certain level.
Okay.
Michelle said, "Hi, Mike. Love you."
Hello.
Carla also said, have a great rest of your week to Buggy while you were out.
Ah.
All right, I'm going to wave that for a minute and let it dry.
Okay. There we go.
I'm going to fan myself. It's warm in here.
Ooh.
Well, you know, once I get working, it's hot. But I turn on the fan and it blows stuff everywhere. Then I spend the whole live chasing bits of paper around. So, what else do I have to say? I'm going to need to refill my glue bottle in the middle of all this. I'm sorry, people.
Ooh. Refill?
We all know how exciting it is to watch somebody refill their glue bottle. It's
Mm-hmm.
really fun. I know how to have a good time, and I like to show everybody else a good time. Roseanne, how you doing? Welcome.
Hey, Roseanne. All right. So let's talk about today's murder. I'm going to give you a choice. We can talk about a serial killer from Australia.
Ooh, we were just talking about that the crossword puzzle day, because I didn't know they had any. And I mean, obviously every continent should have some, with the possible exception of Antarctica. But maybe not even.
Or we can talk about a murder mystery right here in the good old USA in Texas.
All right, ladies, you vote while I go potty. I'm gonna mute
Australia
myself.
or Texas?
I'm gonna mute in here.
Gonna have.
Oh, yeah. Hasn't talked about it. Oh, no, you're.
I love you.
I forgot my phone. My goodness.
Bye, sweetie. Goodbye, Bug.
I'm pretty sure I have a hot losing mind at home right now. Hey, good shit.
Yeah. Did you read it all?
Mhm.
Did you?
Bye, bye. Oh, Carla's big bye for you.
Bye, Kyla.
Hey, bud. We'll see you later. Thanks for being and helping me out. He helped me plug all the holes in the outside.
Is this your phone?
Yes.
Hmm.
I just realized.
All right, I have 3 for Australia and 2 for Texas and 1 undecided. So, let's talk about Australia.
Bye, buddy.
Okay. So, we're going to talk about the Morehouse murders.
I'm back.
The reason these were called the Morehouse murders is because the people that committed them lived at number 3 Morehouse. And, you know, no inventive serial killers there. So,
Thanks, Roseanne.
this is a little different than our normal because these particular serial killers were a
Are we
husband
doing-
and wife duo.
Ooh. Are we doing Australia or?
We're doing
Texas.
Australia.
Okay.
Or Morehouse, Mourehose.
Michelle. I love Michelle. She brings the fun.
Oh, no.
Love it.
Okay.
So husband and wife team?
Husband and wife team. Now, here's
Okay.
the thing. He is
Ages?
dead. He is dead. She is still alive
Okay.
and is currently in prison
Of course.
seeking parole.
Oh. Blaming him, right? I didn't do nothing.
Oh, she was an active participant.
Okay. And what were their ages while they were committing?
Hold on. I'm
Shit.
sorry, I'm eating ice cream.
Well, all right. This ink pad just gave out on me. The puff went poof. Just fell out of the
Awesome.
fell right out of the doodah. So I think we're gonna let that one go. It's juicy, but I think if I add glue to it, we're gonna have problems. So that one is dead to me. Do continue.
Okay.
Sorry for the interruption.
No problem. We're good.
Sure.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about our loving couple. He was born in 1951, and she was born earlier that same year. She was actually a little older than him. He was born in February of 1951, and no, he was older, and she was born in May of 1951. So same age.
51. So they're like in their 70s now? Or she is. He's dead.
Yeah, she's currently in her 70s.
Probably not going to be whacking many people, but I'd still like her to stay in jail.
She is 72.
Mm-hmm. That's in your 70s.
Okay. So she was married once prior to him. And there are 4 confirmed murders.
Okay. But they're suspected of others.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So just a little history on him. He is the oldest of 5 kids.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up in Perth. His family was very dysfunctional.
Shocking.
Rumors about the family involved alcoholism, promiscuity, and incest.
Oh, awesome.
Never ate meals together, and his parents never cooked for their children.
Okay. Why are we stressing that?
Just so you get an idea of.
So what, they ate out of the fridge or whatever one of the older siblings would cook?
They kind of just like were born and left to run amok.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in the early 1960s, Dad decided to move the family.
Upside down.
And he moved them into a little bit better of a suburb there in Perth. And then that is where he originally met his future wife, who at the time was known as Catherine Harrison.
Okay.
At 15, he decided he wanted to be a jockey. He left school. He went to Ascot Racecourse and started working as an apprentice jockey. He abused the horses.
Oh, awesome.
And began to become an exhibitionist.
Oh, dear. So having sex in public places?
Exposing himself.
Oh. Well, that's always lovely and fun.
Mm-hmm. At one point, while he was at the Ascot racetrack, he exposed himself to an older lady who boarded her horses there.
Yeah.
And then tried to rape her.
Oh, nice. Well, he sounds like a real winner. That's marriage material right there.
Well,
he might not have lasted there very long if he was abusing the horses. I mean, that's
not really. He kind of got booted quickly.
That's what I said. He didn't last very long.
Right. So by time he, was in his late teens, he had been in and out of prison for felonies and misdemeanors.
Mm-hmm.
As an adult, he became addicted to sex, pornography, and he was paraphilic.
Girl.
So in his early 20s, married the first wife.
Mm-hmm.
They had a daughter.
Oh, goody. I'm thinking that's not a good thing since in his own family, the children were molested.
And she was 10 when he was arrested.
Okay.
She has since changed her name.
Mm-hmm.
And is not married.
Is not or is?
Is not married.
Okay.
And refuses to get married. And has had no children because
she doesn't want to pass on the genes.
Just in her own words, she doesn't want to spawn another David Birney. So in 1986, which was the time of the murders, he was employed at a car wrecking shop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a tow truck driver.
Okay. Did that give him a pool of victims to work with?
No. That's where she comes in.
Okay.
So Catherine Harrison who later became Catherine Burney. She was only 2 when her mom died.
Okay. I'm sensing a theme.
Her mom died giving birth, and then 2 days after the baby was born, the baby passed away. So dad, not able to take care of the kid because she was only 2 years old, sends her to live with her grandparents.
Okay.
When she's 10, 8 years later, they have a big custody battle and he gets sole custody of her back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Catherine and David met when they were 12, started dating when they were 14.
Now, people are asking you questions in the box.
Sorry. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Stephanie. Yes, the answer is yes. Her dad begged her to end this relationship
Okay.
because she was hanging out with him and getting into all kinds of trouble.
Right, of course. And nobody wants their daughter involved in that if they're even reasonably
Right.
normal people.
So she got sent to a youth prison because of her involvement with him. And a parole officer kind of worked her into, hey, why don't you go and work as a housekeeper and, make an honest living? Well, sweet story that it is, she falls in love with the son of the house where she works.
Oh, I'm sure that worked out well.
They get married
Oh.
on her 21st birthday,
Uh-huh.
and they have 7 kids.
Oh, Jesus.
However, their firstborn was struck by a truck and killed
Oh.
when he was an infant. In 1985, she leaves her family, the husband and the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and gets back into a relationship with David.
Okay.
Now, they were never legally married. She just legally changed her name.
Okay. Did she ever divorce this other dude?
Not that there's a record.
Okay.
Okay. So that's where they're at. They're not legally married, but she has the same name.
Yeah. Okay.
So in a 5-week period, they abducted 5 women.
Oh my.
Now, 4 of those women were killed. The fifth woman managed to escape.
And that's how they got caught.
Yeah. So it kind of went like this. They would get in the car and they would go for a ride.
Okay.
She would see somebody that she thought was interesting. That she thought would be good for him.
Okay.
And she would look at him and say, I got the munchies. And then he would look at her and go, I got the munchies too.
So if they both liked her, basically.
If they both liked her. She was literally described in the court records
Yes.
as being the puppeteer.
Okay, so he might not have ever gone this far on his own.
Right.
This is one of those cases of bad person meets bad person makes worse couple.
Makes worse couple. Right. So they would go and, they would go out and drive.
Mm-hmm.
And she would see somebody and she'd be like, I got the munchies. And he would look and see this woman or girl standing there and go, ooh, I got the munchies too. And it was because of her being in the car
that they were able to pull this off.
that they were able to get these women and girls to get into the vehicle.
Right.
You know, hey, it's late and, you know, this is not a great area to be walking around in. Let us give you a ride. We're just this nice, respectable couple.
Mm-hmm.
And they would get these girls into the car and then they would take them back, you know, hey, why don't you come on back to our place? You know, we're going to smoke some and do a little drinking and, you know.
Right.
And they would go and eventually, you know, they would get to a point where they were a little compromised and she would lure them into the other room and then he would come in and he would chain them up, literally with chains.
So they couldn't get away.
So that they couldn't get away. And then he would assault them and beat them while she photographed it and told him what to do.
Oh my.
Yeah, she was a very active participant in all of it.
Okay. So she didn't even try to pretend that she wasn't.
Right.
But she wants to be on parole now that she's old.
Yeah.
No, you did bad things. No. Doesn't matter if you're old. You're a bad person. This isn't I didn't file my taxes, you know?
Right.
Well, it's unlikely that she would kill anybody now. That doesn't excuse her from needing to serve her time for what she did.
Right. So, their first victim was a 22-year-old student, and she was studying psychology, and she had almost gotten her degree.
Aww.
Basically, they took her back to their home, chained her, gagged her, assaulted her, beat her. Then they put her in the car and drove her to the middle of nowhere. And then assaulted her again.
Oh, nice.
And then dug a grave, strangled her with a nylon cord, and threw her in the pit. Covered her up and drove away.
Nina says this reminds her of the French serial killer dude and his wife. He doesn't remember their names, though.
Is Nina here?
Yeah. She came in while you're... She came in and said, oh, my. Or something of that nature.
So that was victim number one. And then this cycle repeated itself. Now, obviously, they had put some thought into it because they had chains mounted to the wall.
Now, do you think she was the orchestrator of all of that?
I don't know. But
she was willing to at least be a part of the torture, directing what was going to happen. And
yeah. And, you know, her psychology is kind of all over the board.
But before this, had he ever assaulted or raped anybody? Was it just the horse thing?
Well, no, he attempted to rape that older lady.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
So presumably there may have been other sexual attacks
that he didn't manage to complete or never got caught for.
Didn't get caught for him. And Australia has some really weird sentencing laws, and they have some really weird statute of limitation laws.
Okay.
Like Australia, as far as I know, is like one of the only places that has a statute of limitations on murder.
Well, maybe after a while they figure the person's old enough they're not going to be able to do it anyway.
I don't know.
I wonder why. Maybe it's because they were a penal colony first, you know.
Possible. So their second victim was 2 weeks later, and she was a 15-year-old high school student. She was hitchhiking, picked up. She was bound, held at knife point. They forced her to send letters to her family to let them know that she was okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, how do they know all this detail? Did they just spill it?
He told everything. So they took her back to the house. They assaulted her, beat her, yada, yada, yada. They attempted to strangle her, but she woke up like she had just passed out. She wasn't dead.
Right. She wasn't dead.
So at this point, Catherine goes in and forces a bunch of sleeping pills down her throat. And then while she's laying there unconscious from the sleeping pills, he comes in and looks at Catherine and says, prove your love to me, and strangle her.
Okay. And so she did?
And so she did.
Well, alrighty then.
So as you can see, very much an active participant.
Yeah, I'd say so. I don't think they ought to let her out of jail. But I'm not Australia.
When they talked to her about this and why she did this,
Mm-hmm.
She said, quote, because I wanted to see how strong I was within my inner self. I didn't feel a thing. It was like I expected. I was prepared to follow him to the end of the earth and do anything to see that his desires were satisfied. She was a female. Females hurt and destroy men.
She drank the Kool-Aid.
She drank the Kool-Aid.
There's no other way around that. She was in for
a penny, in for a penny.
I wonder if, there's no way to know, but a little bit of her participation may have been that he said she couldn't be with him if she didn't, and she went all in.
Right. That's always a possibility. So then they buried her right next to where they buried the other one.
Okay. So far, nobody knows nothing.
So far, nobody knows nothing. Missing persons report on the first girl. But, nobody knows where she is. And she's a college student. So,
She could have just taken off with a guy or whatever. That's always the theory. Well, she probably just went away with some friends or was off with some guy, and you'll hear from her in a month,
Yeah.
And then later they find him in a shallow grave.
Right. And then the second one, they made her write letters telling her family that she was okay. And, she just needed to go and find herself.
Okay, but how long did they keep her for? Like, how long is this each victim staying?
A day or two. Not very long.
Okay, so it's not like... But they didn't want anybody out looking for no missing persons or connecting it with, hey, now we have 2 missing women.
Right.
Okay.
So this is the rapidness. The first victim was taken on October the 6th.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit.
The third victim was taken the 1st of November.
Okay. And then they just closer together. They escalated quite a bit.
Right. So the third victim, she ran out of gas while on her way home from work, and they picked her up. Hey, are you okay? Let us give you a ride. It's harmless. It's a couple,
Right.
It's mom and pop. That's, and so, yeah, they were going to go with it. She was going to go with it. So they abducted her that night.
Mm-hmm.
Forcibly take her back to the house, repeatedly assaulted her. But he kept this one for 3 days.
Okay, so he kept her a little bit longer, getting
Right.
a little bolder, acting out all his fantasies and all that crap.
He became attached to her.
Oh, uh-oh.
And this
That's-
upset Catherine, and she gave him an ultimatum. You either kill her or I'm going to kill myself.
Uh-oh. Now this is the third one, right?
Yeah, this is the third one. Now this one, they took her to the same area, but they buried her away from the others.
Presumably because he liked her best
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah. So then we went into the next one.
Okay.
And this one was on the 5th of November. So remember, they kept they got the first one on the 1st of November. They kept her for 3 days. So presumably on the 4th is when they killed her and disposed of her.
Right. So
On
they
the
got another
5th
one immediately.
On the 5th, they got another one, a 21-year-old. She was at a bus stop.
Okay.
They took her to the house, abused her, beat her, and then they took her to a plantation lake. He assaults her a few more times while they wait for the darkness. Then they drag her out of the car, do her again, and then stabbed her in the neck.
Okay.
They thought she was dead. So they put her in a shallow grave and started carrying her up and covering her up. She sits up. So he gets an axe out of the car and hits her twice in the head with it.
Jesus.
And then buries her.
Okay.
And so here comes victim number 5.
And what day did they take her?
The 9th of November.
So they waited a few days.
Yeah. Well, I think having somebody you thought you killed sit up in the grave might slow you
I
down.
was just thinking, if a victim popped up out of the grave, I'd wait a few days too.
Yeah.
That might shake up even the most. People,
So victim number 5 is 17. She's the youngest of all the victims.
Okay. Now the third one, the one that he liked so much, was younger, right? Too.
The one that he likes, she was 31.
Okay.
So this one was 17. She was the youngest known victim. She's waiting at the bus stop. She gets abducted, and then he forces her to call her mother and tell her mother that she had too much to drink and she's staying at a friend's.
Okay.
So she calls the mother, and she's hoping that her mom realizes that this is a lie because
it's not something she would normally do.
she doesn't drink. She asked them when she made her statement, she told them, she asked them if they intended to kill her or assault her. And the answer was that they're only going to assault her if she was a good girl. Then they made her dance.
Okay.
And take off her clothes and stuff. And then made her sleep in their bed with both of them while she was handcuffed to him.
Interesting.
He went to work the next morning.
Like nothing ever happened.
Right. And she, Catherine, went out the front door to do a drug deal.
Okay.
She forgot to chain this young lady up to the bed.
Oh, so she was just handcuffed, but not do anything.
So she breaks a window,
Mhm.
gets out, whacks her head on the concrete because she fell out.
Right.
She knocks on people's doors. She jumps a gate, gets attacked by a dog.
Oh,
Then
Jesus.
finally runs into a nearby shop. She tells the owner what happened. He calls the police. She tells the police exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
The cops are like, I don't think so.
Really? What
Yep.
the fuck is it with cops? Yeah, I don't think so.
But a 22-year-old female officer
Mm-hmm.
believes her because
Okay.
of the details that she's providing.
Right.
So they had given themselves some aliases, but she thought to grab the pill bottle when she jumped out the window.
Okay.
So she had his real name on the pill bottle, and she
Right.
told the cops that they had been watching the film Rocky,
Yeah.
and she also described a drawing that she had made on a small piece of paper, and
Right.
where she hid it in the house is proof that she had been there.
Okay. That's clever. That's actually clever. Good for her.
So the cops go, and because she's a minor, when they're looking for a kid, the rules change a little bit.
Right.
Like they go and they knock on the door and they're like, yeah, does so-and-so live here? No. Well, here's his name on this medicine bottle and it's got his name on it. And there's a girl that says that she's been beaten and assaulted and she gave this address. And she said she broke a window to get out. And boy, that window over there is broken.
Right.
So they went in and they searched the house. Where they found the note, which she said where it was.
Right.
And Rocky was still in the VCR.
Oh. So other than the one woman, nobody was inclined to believe her, but she made sure that she could be believed by.
Right. So they
That's
take
a
them.
smart
They
girl
arrest,
right there. Good for her.
Yep. So they arrest both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they take them down to the police department where they give conflicting information.
Of course.
Catherine says she has no idea who the girl is. David says that the girl came to their house to have voluntary relations.
Mm-hmm.
And this detective sergeant just kept going and going and going until
But
he
didn't she
convinced.
arrive at the police station handcuffed?
Yeah. So the detective sergeant gets David to admit what happened and confess to it and even say where the bodies are.
Wow. Well, they do. Some of them do really love to hear themselves talk, you know?
Yep. So they think that they may have also been responsible for the disappearances of a woman in 1986, in May of 1986, another one in June of 1986, and one in 1980. So when they get to trial, he pleads guilty to 4 counts of murder and 1 count each of abduction and assault. When asked why he pled guilty, he gestured toward the victim family and said, "It's the least I can do."
Wow.
4 life terms.
Now, he got convicted of all of them, right? Because he confessed?
Yes. And because he confessed and, told the story and basically he testified against her by doing so.
They didn't need her for anything.
She was also sentenced to 4 life terms. Now, in Australia, under the law at the time, they had to serve 20 years before they were eligible for parole.
Okay.
So in 2005, short of his, getting out, he was found dead in his cell.
Natural causes or somebody did him in?
Nope. He had hanged himself.
That's interesting. So he was close to getting parole and he just offed himself.
Yeah, but he was up for more charges because they had charges pending against him for assault on another prisoner.
Okay.
Now, she is in Bandy Up Women's Prison.
Mm-hmm.
She's worked as the prison librarian. In 2007, her parole was rejected. In 2010, well, it was supposed to be reviewed again in 2010, but in 2009, the new attorney general there decided that she was going to stay in for life, that life meant life.
Good.
So this was only the third woman in Australia's history to have her papers marked never to be released.
Wow. Well, with him committing suicide, it almost makes me wonder how much of a part she did play. Maybe he felt a little bit of guilt after the fact.
Don't know.
Or he knew he was going to get murdered when he got out.
Yeah.
That's just an interesting choice for a serial killer.
So in 2017, her youngest son called for her execution.
Oh.
Because he is being held responsible for what she did.
That I don't understand. How could her youngest son make her do it?
Well, because because of her relationship, his relationship to her,
Mm-hmm.
people just automatically think that he's, the son of Satan. And so, he has been assaulted on multiple occasions because of it.
Wow. That's shitty because he really wasn't raised by her. She'd left them.
Right.
That's pretty shitty, actually.
So now, she is trying to get out. She, at her age, has decided that, she's done and she wants out.
Well, it doesn't work like that. You shouldn't have done bad things. You don't just get to decide when you're done being punished. You ended 4 lives and affected so many others. This isn't like I jaywalked and, I smoked a little pot and I got busted with a bag of weed bigger than I should have had.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even straight up, I just stabbed somebody. They were brutalized repeatedly before they were killed. And because they didn't want to bother to lug a body around, they made them live the terror to the very end.
Yep.
I'm sorry, she can stay in jail. I don't care if she's over 70. Good thing I'm not in Australia, huh? It is a form of torture to let somebody live right up until the very end, having them watch you dig the grave and being assaulted graveside just about, you know. They were assaulting the one girl in the car waiting for it to get dark enough to bury her.
Yep.
Well, they're not nice people.
So yeah, so she's trying to get out now. She's like, come on, I'm in my 70s. What kind of a, danger am I?
I don't know. You could still kill people in your 70s, just not the same way. I have one piece left, but I just decoupaged that napkin on there, and I got to wait for it to dry now. So what's your opinion, Elz? Do you think they should let her out?
I think she should stay right where she is. I think she needs to be where she is.
I mean, there's obviously no remorse. I'm an old lady. Just let me out.
I don't think she's, I don't think she's reformed.
No, she just thinks that because she's old, she can play the, well, I'll never be able to kill anybody again card and just get out and live her life.
So, yeah, I mean, here are these kids that all, because they carry her name, people know that they're related. Just like his daughter, his daughter was like, oh, hell no, I ain't never having no kids. I ain't getting married. No, 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 no. It wasn't just them. They
affected their own family, the victims' families, and so many other people.
Yeah. Exactly, Rosa. And she could find somebody else and hook up with them. And next thing you know, you've got another serial killer on your hands. Who's to say that what he did was not completely instigated by her?
I mean, he obviously had some deviance. The suicide is what makes me question how integral was she to his de-evolution. Because I think, based on the suicide of him, whether he felt any remorse or not, or he just thought he was going to get a huge ration of shit when he got out, or whatever the hell it was, I don't think he would have done it without her.
I think he may have raped,
but I don't think he would have.
I don't think he would have killed.
And I think he would have gotten caught
sooner. Yeah.
A lot sooner.
But there you have it. There's the facts.
And it's always interesting when it's couples, because I can't imagine caring about any man enough that I would brutalize other women to feed into his sexual fantasies.
Yeah. I love you, babe. I wouldn't kill for you.
Well, and how much of that played into her own? Like, I don't think she would have kept doing it after the first time if she didn't enjoy it in some way.
Right. she was getting something out.
Whether it was the feeling of absolute control of telling him what to do to her and all of that, or she was part of all of even the rape part, you know? Either way, I think that had they not met, this would never, neither one of them would have escalated to that level of brutality.
Probably not.
I mean, and it says something to her state of mind that she left a family behind, a husband who could provide, and children, to be with this jackass who never really amounted to anything.
Right. And like you've got the psychologist and all of those people that are in the prison.
Yeah.
Going, you know, she's the biggest manipulator I've ever met.
Dude, is that really in the
Yeah.
So I'm willing to bet it was 75 her, 25 him, you know. He had the urge and the desire, but she has the one that motivated all that.
Yeah.
As they say in the movies, she was the dominant personality.
Right.
Well, we're hitting right at 2 hours. Do you have more to add?
No, I think that's the whole story and nothing but the story.
Ladies, you got questions, comments, things you want to say? Anybody?
Nobody?
Nobody? Well, we got to give them a minute now. Come on. There's lag. There's some serious lag tonight. So now this book is all prepped except for one page. And I'll be back to collages as usual tomorrow. Look for them on Patreon and Ko-Fi. In my super new fun ugly glue book. Good night, Adria. Thanks for coming in and listening to all of the Murder Monday stuffs.
All my weirdness.
I think I inhaled a lot of glue.
Did you inhale a lot of glue?
I inhaled a lot of glue. Thanks for coming, Nina and Roseanne. So let's wrap this up. I will be on live tomorrow for Fooditini. I hope to see some of you there. And Elz, what will you be doing?
I will be recording videos.
Yay! She'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, that's it.
Hump day. Mike. Guess what day it is?
Hot day!
All right. So we're out of here.
Yep.
Bright blessings and hugs and hisses to you all. Bye. Bye. See ya. The end. The
Should probably go over here and end this thing.
Yes, you should end this thing. End it.